Hello, everybody, and welcome back to yet another edition of the RnRGzrs show. I'm your host, Murph, and of course, my co-host helping me out along the way always is Doc Box. How you doing today, Doc?
Doing quite well, Murph. Doing quite well. Ready to talk about some rock and roll. Not a whole lot going on this week, but a little bit we can update folks on.
Sure,
And while we're thinking about it, please subscribe. Please hit like. Please do all those good YouTube things that kind of throw the algorithms in our direction and
absolutely,
help us spread the word a little bit. Really appreciate it. Really helps us out a lot. So
absolutely. You are correct about that. Yeah, it's been a good day here. Was at the local pub checking out a pretty good hard rock band today. It was all right. It was all
man,
right,
nice.
but well, yeah, the cocktails were flowing though, so I got to sort of try and keep my wits about me tonight. A lot of news, actually. A lot of major news, some minor news, a lot of news all over the place. Let's get rolling right to it here. Last week we were talking about Bruce Springsteen
Yeah,
tickets going through the roof,
yeah,
uh, 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 and the fans having a big uproar, and they've been asking to hear from Bruce or his camp directly, see what the heck's been going on with these ticket prices. Just to recap, the Springsteen tickets, a lot of them are being sold at scalper prices. They are basing the price of the tickets on what the market will bear outside the system, the scalper system. So they're basing their pricing on the scalp system, and they've been getting pretty high, $4,000 or $5,000 for some or what. And Bruce himself hasn't really said much of anything, but his manager has spoken up, and his manager put out a missive, if you will. It says, in pricing tickets for this tour, we looked carefully at what our peers have been doing. Landau said in a statement to the New York Times columnist Ron Levy. We chose prices that are lower than some and on par with others. Let me stop right there. I don't know if you've seen who's that female singer that is back in Vegas now, and the tickets are going for like $30,000,
Oh,
45.
Adele.
Adele, yeah,
Yeah,
talk about throwing the market off, you know.
right,
So now they can say, well, look what Adele's making.
right.
We're only charging 4,005. I'm sorry, and so his statement continues. Regardless of the commentary about a modest number of tickets costing 1,000 or more, our true average ticket price has been in the mid $200 range, which is still, I believe
Yeah,
that in
only
today's,
only 200 something
yeah,
dollars. Yeah,
I believe in today's environment that is a fair price to see someone universally regarded as among the very greatest artists of his generation and one of the very richest. And I just can't see him needing to do that. I don't get it. What do you think, Doc?
yeah. As many of you know, that have been watching the show. I'm a huge Bruce Springsteen fan. Have been for a long, long time. I've
Hmm.
seen every tour going back to Born in the USA. Every time he comes to town, I see him.
Right?
Obviously, I will not be seeing him this time. Um, yeah, it's unfortunate. Ticketmasters kind of become their own scalpers now, I suppose, and as you said, whatever the market will bear, and there's thousands and thousands of dollars, and even the cheap seats are 200. It's like, come on. And so,
Yeah,
so, so as you said, we're waiting for Bruce to say something, but that's John Landau. That's his longtime manager. That's his right
right.
hand. That's as good as coming from
That's
Bruce. And
pretty much, yeah, going to
yeah,
be the
and
statement
basically
there.
they're saying that's what we can get. That's what we're going to get.
That
Um,
just, geez,
it,
that's a
it,
lot.
it's highly disappointing. Bruce is recently become a billionaire, a billion with a B.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
he was worth a half a billion already, and they sold his catalog for another half a billion to Sony. So he's worth a cool billion, and
It just seems,
it's
it
sad to
just,
see that. I can't believe that money's going to Bruce. But nonetheless, I mean, he could stop it if he wanted to. And we talked about it last week, but
yeah,
yeah,
he doesn't need to make an arm and a leg on his touring anymore, and this just really hurts. Even if it's a $200 ticket, that's still going to hurt the little guy. that can afford to sit out in the cheap seats and can no
Yeah.
longer afford to get a little closer because probably the whole main. I thought I read that it was basically the main floor and probably the first balcony, the low balcony, I think, something like that, where they're going to be charging all this stuff, the
Right.
the premium
Yeah, the
pricing.
times I've gone, I remember on the working on the Dream Tour. I guess that was back in like what, oh 07, oh 08, something like that. And
Mhm.
I was up in the nosebleeds, and I was like, and that was $120. I was like, you know what? Never again. If I'm gonna go, I'm gonna pay and get down close. Next couple tours, that's what I did, and I got down in the general admission in the pit where they draw the lottery, and put the armband on and see what number you get, and
Sure.
what order you come in. So, one time not so good, another time I was up pretty close. But
Hmm.
and each of those was $250, $300. That's just starting off right now. That's the bottom line is 200, $300.
Jeez,
So
that is
you
just
know, I
re-
encourage people, hey, just as you did today, just go down to your local pub, see a local rock band, and rock lives on that way, man. We don't need to
yeah,
see,
billionaires getting rich off the
yeah,
back.
yeah.
So
I hate to say it, Bruce has been my
jeez,
guy, but I'm
yeah,
kind
wow.
of against him on this one.
Oh well, there you go. And hey, some breaking news on Mudvayne. We're going to be seeing Mudvayne actually
We sure are.
Friday.
A
Two
matter of
more
days,
days. Looks
yes.
like another, according to the forecast, another beautiful weather day. So I just can't get over that stuff. But yeah, their singer Chad Gray. Yeah, he took a dive off the stage, and
Not
it looked
intentionally either. Yeah,
no, not intentionally at all. It looked pretty
wasn't a
brutal.
stage dive. It looked like he was. Well, I saw an interview with him afterwards. It sounded like he was kind of explaining. He was trying to like kind of step over onto the barricade.
The
And you can
railing,
kind of
yeah.
see it's very it's right. The camera's right there,
Yeah,
and
yeah, you can
he
see him
just
look
kind of
down. You can see
yeah,
him look down and try and stretch out, and he just misses it.
exactly, yeah.
And he
Like his
comes
foot
down
doesn't
on
make
that
it.
barricade, right on his
Yeah,
stern,
comes
right on
right
his
across here.
chest.
Yeah,
Oh, luckily,
and
he didn't break anything.
yeah,
Very
carried on
lucky
with the
in
show,
there.
right? I mean,
Yeah, yeah. To his credit, he continues singing the rest of the verse as a roadie rushes in to check on him, and he is apparently reassured that the vocalist suffered no injuries in the process.
and
Yeah, yeah.
ironically, the song he was singing was
Falling down.
"Falling Down" was the name of the song
Oh
he was
boy,
performing at the time. So
that is rather ironic. How about that? Jeez, falling down. Yeah, yeah. We'll be seeing that for our first four band show of the season,
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
and very exciting. I just can't wait. Just can't wait. And I didn't realize here's a note. Stabbing Westward. You remember them, right?
Ooh, back in the
Apparently.
'90s, they had a pretty cool song. I remember, but yeah, vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, well, apparently they were still going, and their vocalist has been reported that he has been diagnosed with throat cancer. Of all the things, so obviously they've canceled. Apparently they're doing shows this summer, but they've canceled everything, and gotta wish them
That's
well.
that's a pretty heavy way to go out. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
wish them well on that one.
singer with throat cancer.
Yeah,
That's pretty sad.
that's like a one-armed drummer.
How about that? Yeah, yeah. Well, when I was in high school, we had a little person drummer, I guess you would call it. I don't want to be politically incorrect. He was a little person, great drummer, and he had
That's
his
awesome, man.
own custom javelin, I believe it was, or AMX, where he could drive it. It was very cool. Yeah, yeah. But here we go. The other day I saw a preview of the Munsters, the
Oh, right,
Rob
the Rob
Zombie
Zombie. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
movie. Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah, I saw the
I
trailer for that, and from what I understand, they haven't really put much of the movie together, but he just kind of put these little clips out for a trailer right now,
well,
and that gives you an idea of kind of the look of it, and yeah,
it looks. I don't know. I'm expecting dark. If you're talking to Rob Zombie, for crying out loud, I
yeah.
would expect a dark, moody.
I bet it is. I bet the story is. It looks a little cartoonish, a
It
little,
does. That's my problem. Yeah,
yeah.
I hope the
But
movie's not like that.
I'll bet you with the plot and stuff. I bet it does get dark.
I hope so.
I'll see it. I'm curious enough to see it for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know,
Uh,
the original
well,
obviously is
yeah, we all
classic.
love the show. Yeah, it's growing up.
And Doug Maryland, Doug her very much. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
She was a babe. But I hope
Pat
that's coming out.
Priest.
I'm not sure when that's coming out, but yeah, I hope it's better than the trailer I saw because
Yeah,
it
yeah. I'm
just
sure
looked
we saw the same
clownish.
one. Yeah,
It
yeah,
looked clownish.
yeah.
Come on, Rob, step up to the plate. We'll see you Friday. I'll talk to him Friday. Yeah, set him aside. Hey, Rob. Hey, man.
Gotta
Hey,
talk to you about this Monsters movie, man. Come here, Rob. We got a
yeah,
couple items we want to go over with you.
because I know so much. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, looks like Iron Maiden has sold out their whole doggone British tour or European
Yeah, no
tour.
doubt, no
They're
doubt.
great. You
Yeah, they
know,
always have.
what a classic. I mean, they've got their own jet. I think Bruce might still be piloting it. I'm
I
not
believe
sure,
he is. Yeah,
but
yeah,
what a way to get around. That's how you save money by not have to rent
yeah,
out a jet when you own your own.
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And your lead singer's the pilot. Yeah.
But apparently they're just doing gangbusters over there.
Oh, they
Uh,
always have. They've always they've pretty much sold more concert T-shirts than they have albums. They're one of those bands that they've always just done great.
all the kids need that
Yeah,
T-shirt. Well, I
yeah.
saw him. I saw him on one of the Ozfests
Okay.
before Sharon shut him down. If you
Oh,
remember
that's
that
right.
story,
Yeah, there's
yeah,
some.
yeah, yeah,
That's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. She shut him down. But I saw him before that, and the boy, they were just excellent, just kicking ass. That whole Ozfest was excellent, though. So, but yeah, they're great. So good for them. Still kicking ass. Their bass player, he's doing something now. You've
Steve
heard this.
Harris. Yeah.
You've heard the deal with him, right? The one they
Uh,
kicked out, the bass player. Was that them? Oh no, that was Megadeth. Megadeth. Yeah, they kicked his ass out. He was messing around with an 18-year-old chick. Yeah, yeah.
uh,
Ah, oh gosh, and I don't know if you saw this, but Shinedown, they're out on tour, and apparently there was a fight going on in the crowd,
yeah.
big old tussle, if you will, and the lead singer, just jumps down and gets involved, which I think is,
Yeah.
is idiotic myself.
Yeah, I did see that, and there's a little too much of that going on for my
Brent
liking.
Smith, Brent Smith. Yeah, there
Yeah,
is.
we just talked about that last episode. There were a couple incidents of that.
Yeah,
Ian Asbury from the Cult, and who somebody else did that right too. A couple weeks ago, Eddie Vedder
Eddie
kicked somebody
Vedder,
out. Yeah.
Eddie Vedder. Yeah,
So in
uh,
this case, the guy actually jumps down. He's physically between them, breaking them up, and ends up inviting them up on stage. It's just I don't know, man. I don't
boo.
know.
Just
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah,
To me, if that were my band and I'm waiting to see my band, I go to see my concert, and they waste 10, 15 minutes on this kind of. I'd be disappointed.
yeah.
So
Right, you are.
I don't need to see you play bouncer. You come here to give us a show, man.
Yeah, and boy,
Let security do their job, and then go about your
bad
business.
things can really happen. Really, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
some.
Not to mention that. Yeah, right. They're talking about fans jumping up on stage and doing crazy things. If,
Oh
you
man,
know, if artists are jumping into the crowd, they're exposed to who knows what. I mean, security has the metal detectors and all that, but nonetheless,
and then you get off the stage, you get in the crowd, you hurt somebody accidentally, and then
right?
suddenly you're getting a big ass lawsuit.
Yep, that's happened too.
And
So
and
yeah,
so that's really a stupid thing.
no good can come from it.
No,
Stay on stage.
Stay on the stage. Yeah, and speaking of stage, we talked about the singer falling off the stage. On the stage, they usually, and I'm sure he had the white strip of tape
Yeah, they
at
put
the
the
end of the
white kind of
stage.
reflective
For
tape
those
on
who
there.
may
Yeah,
not know, yeah, just because if you got a dark stage, you want to be able to see where the edge is so you don't
yeah.
fall off. Apparently, it didn't matter to
Well,
Mudvayne, but
it didn't look like that was the issue. It looked like he was trying to step onto something else and didn't
oh
quite
yeah,
make it. So I think
yeah,
he
but
knew where the edge of the stage was.
he knew where it was. He just
Yeah,
didn't know where the rail was that he
yeah.
stepped onto. Yeah,
He
yeah.
overestimated his stride there, and he didn't quite make it.
You got that right. Oh, on a real quick side note, Shakira, you know that the pop star Shakira. Just
Oh, sure, yeah,
this
yeah.
was stunned me. She could end up in prison for 8 years. Wow. This is stunning. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's
Or
there's a female prison down there somewhere that are let me see. She was indicted on failing to pay the Spanish government equivalent of 15
tax
million in
evasion.
taxes between 2012 and 2014. What, the 3 years?
Oh, Shakira.
15 million. Holy cow.
I guess the hips do lie.
And then she could
Yeah.
get fined 24 million. So yeah, she's in a world of her. What the?
Oh wow. Yeah, she's Colombian. Yeah, they don't mess around on there. I wouldn't think.
Oh
Yeah.
boy, but yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on that. But good riddance. You know, you're so rich. What the hell? You don't need to cheat the system. My gosh. Oh
Wow.
boy.
You got to wonder, in a case like that, if it's bad management, and I think most artists are oblivious to those kind of things, and they don't really know what's being paid or what's not being
Well,
paid.
there you go.
They trust somebody to do it, and I don't know. Yeah, it sounds kind of interesting though. I like to see how that unfolds.
Speaking of that, Sebastian Bach, he was one of those singers that would jump out into the crowd and
Right.
create hell. And
I think he had an incident where he threw something. Somebody threw something on stage. He threw it back and hit him in the head, and then it's like, yeah,
oh
here we go,
gosh,
lawsuit time.
yeah,
So
they're playing the July 22nd in Minnesota, and all the power went to hell. All the power crapped out. I thought that was pretty funny. But the roadies, they had a backup generator. The generator blew. So they of course, being a good sound system, a sound company, they had a backup. So he kept going. But serves you right, Sebastian. Serves you
they,
right. Now,
they just go unplugged. They just bring out the acoustic instruments and go unplugged. No.
18 and life is gone. Yeah. Okay, pal. Yeah. That was pretty crazy. But they got Lollapalooza going on right now, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, it's in
I think that
Chicago. It's kind of a big deal here in Chicago. 4-day festival. You don't know what Lollapalooza is, kind of the new and up and coming artists, along with a lot of established artists. And
I believe
and
Metallica was one of the
yeah,
headliners.
yeah, Metallica is one of the headliners. Friday night, I believe. I watched them. They're streaming it
Ah,
live on Hulu, so I've been kind of checking in and out on that. And
have you? Ah,
it's a little discouraging, the kind of the state of rock and roll these days and everything. And even Metallica's set, it wasn't like a normal Metallica. I've never seen Metallica live. I've watched DVDs. You can
right.
kind of get an idea of their kind of their energy. And it seemed to me it was like when they perform at like an award show or something like that. You know what I mean? Where it's a kind of more of a sterile
Oh
kind
yeah,
of,
very much
here's,
so.
we're on our best behavior kind of thing, And
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's kind of what it seemed like to me. They had the big cool stage, runway stage, and they're walking up and down that kind of
Of
thing.
course,
And, yeah, they played the songs, and I mean, honestly, how much of the crowd there is our real Metallica fan? I got to think a very low percentage, and
probably so.
yeah.
Now,
So
how's the setup on that? Is that side to side stages or?
I'm unaware of. I don't
Okay,
know
I
exactly.
wonder how
They
they do
didn't
that
show
to keep
that.
the ball rolling.
Yeah.
I'm not sure of that, but
But yeah, it
and
was a lot of electronic music. It's just I don't know. I can't see. I mean, these kids would be jam packed in there like we would be at an old
sardines,
old
yeah.
show or something, and and it's the boom 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 boom, and it's just some chick up there with a laptop, and it's like you're all yeah.
All praise the laptop.
I feel so
Yeah,
sorry for them. They have no idea what real rock and roll is about, man. It's just
unreal,
it's
unreal.
it's,
Well,
it's, it's disheartening.
they had an injury there. Apparently, rapper Lil Durk. That's right, I said it. Lil Durk. Oh, here we go. Let me see.
Watch your language.
Little Dirk, rapper Little Dirk.
He was injured during his performance
At Chicago's Lollapalooza Music Festival. Apparently, they like to play with all the pyrotechnics and all that good stuff.
Pyrotechnic. Okay.
And if you just like Metallica's singer, that one
Right.
show,
James Hetfield show, yeah.
he was standing right in front of one. It blew off.
A little too close to a flash pot there, and yeah.
Sort of messed up his
It's
face
like
a bit.
magnesium, right? It's like magnesium that burns at like
yeah. Well, yeah.
some 1,000 degrees, yeah.
It's great. It works well. But he says, due to the incident that happened at Lollapalooza, he's taking a break, obviously, to focus on his health. It really messed up his face. He's got like one eye showing and everything else is wrapped up because, like you say, that stuff is nasty.
Yeah,
You know?
it burns very hot, very, very hot.
But
yeah.
yeah, best of luck with Lil Durk. Oh, that's gotta hurt. But yeah, so that's the news for this week. Whole bunch of it. In any case, yeah. So what else we got to talk about today? Though?
Yeah, we'll
Doc?
talk about kind of we've been going to a lot of shows this summer. Some of you may know us been keeping up with our happenings.
Oh yeah,
We have our summer concert series, and we were commenting on how many of the artists that we've seen where there's just really a couple original artists, a couple original band members, or some it's just one,
right,
or
right.
some
Right.
it's none, and at some point it just really just becomes a cover band, really.
Cover band, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for instance, right out of the gate, actually, Ario only has one original member.
Yeah.
Although,
Cronin's from the heyday, so I mean,
yeah,
that's,
yeah, their
I mean,
first, the first Ario Speedwagon band, they put out their first album, and then they lost a singer, and then from that point on, they just started losing more and more and more,
right.
and now basically it's the keyboardist is the only original member.
Yeah, I mean, with a lot of these classic rock bands, it's just by attrition. I mean, they're at the age where guys have just have died. I mean, it just to put it simple, or at the age where you just can't go out and perform anymore, or don't want to perform anymore, and you just think of so many bands, and different bands have kind of dealt with it in different ways. Some have just given up completely and called it quits.
Retire.
Say
like Rush.
Yeah,
Rush,
looks like they're Rush. Yeah, I mean, and Neil Peart wasn't the original drummer either.
Ah, there you go. Boom. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's John Rutsey was on the first album.
Yeah,
and Neil came in and changed the band big time. And a lot of these cases, it's I guess there's two kind of different ways. You got like what you say is like the original band, but they didn't really make it, and then they were kind of still interchanging guys till they found that right chemistry and that right mix of guys, and then and then they hit, like Journey comes to mind, kind of, a band like that. And then there's other bands, that replaced their lost, AC/DC comes to mind first up,
ZZ Top.
Bon Scott went down.
I don't think ZZ Top missed a date. I think they didn't even stop. Yeah, hey, the roadie can play. Boom, you just kept on going.
I think they had that worked out prior, because they were the longest running band with the exact same lineup. They were the same three guys for 50+ years.
Wow.
And I'm sure, between Billy Gibbons and Dusty Hill, I'm sure they've had conversations over the years. We're getting up there. If one of us goes, what are we going to do? And
I just found that to be really bizarre. That they
you're right. They didn't miss a beat.
They did not miss a beat. And
I just read an article on it. The guy's name is Elwood Francis. He's got like a funky kind of beard and stuff.
Oh, he's got it going on. Yeah.
And they say they kind of found he's kind of revigorated the band a little bit.
Well, that's good. I imagine after 50 years or so. But one that really ticks me off. Well, whatever. Uriah Heep. Uriah Heep's got one original member, being Mick Box, the guitarist, and I saw him in their heyday. When their Demons and Wizards era. And the funny thing is, though, they've been going for years and years and years, and the lineup they have now has been together longer than the original lineup that gave us all.
That's the case in a lot of times. With Journey, the Arnel Pineda. He's their longest running vocalist.
Is he?
Yeah, he's been in the band longer than Steve Perry or Greg Riley or any of them at this point. So, that kind of. As we look back at these bands from the '70s, and they had their hot period or whatever of just a few years or 10 years maybe tops. Now we're looking back 40, 50 years down the road, and they've been out there playing this whole time. Yeah, a lot of times that's the case. It's kind of. Whoever replaced her has been around longer than the original band. So,
but and then of course there's good for the bands that call it quits, like your Led Zeppelin. Once
that's the way I feel. I mean, once
died, boom, that's it.
I mean, obviously, I don't know. I guess there are some bands. I don't know. I don't want to put this. Say a band like Santana. Santana's the focus. He's the nobody. I guess. If you don't know the other members, you don't really care as much. You know what I'm saying? But once you know Led Zeppelin's these four guys. You know,
Oh, yeah.
back in the day, Kiss was these four guys. And
Mhm.
you know, even with Kiss, you know, this is 40 years later now, and people are still bitching that, you know, Ace and Peter out of the bands. You know, it's like, you know,
Oh gosh, yeah, we haven't heard enough of them lately, and if they're gonna bring them back or not for one last song
right?
or whatever,
Yeah,
Jeez, haven't. Yeah, they've been mysteriously quiet because they usually dominate the news for no good reason at all. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, it just jeez, like the band Chicago, we just saw them. Terry, the guy who sang Terry Katz's part was nowhere near. It just
yeah.
to me it took away from the song.
And
But
that's it.
they kept going. They had so many vocalists there. I'm sure they could have had one guy. Hey, try and sound like Terry Kath, all right?
That's exactly what it's become. That's why I think, you know, it's become cover bands. You know, when we saw Chicago, it was the same with Styx, the guy they replaced Dennis DeYoung
Uh-huh.
with. And speaking about Journey, they get these sound alikes. You know, and it's not a new band. They're not moving forward. They're not doing new music. Let's get somebody that sounds like who we had in the
Oh,
heyday, and
well,
just keep doing those same songs. And you know, it's
well,
a nostalgia act at that
yeah.
point.
Well,
It's a cover band, you
we'll
know.
be seeing Foreigner. Foreigner's one of those acts that
Exactly.
they got a singer that pretty much sounds exactly like it. They'll be
Yeah, that's the case with all these.
opening up for Sammy
Kid Rock.
Kid Rock.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's Foreigner and Kid
God,
Rock.
we got a lot
And,
of
and the only
singers.
original one in Foreigner is Mick Jones, and it's his band. Granted, it's not like,
Right,
you know, some of
right,
these bands it's just like the bassist who was barely even in the, you know what I mean? But no, it's
right.
his band, and I don't know. I think at this point maybe they just call it, you know, Mick Jones of Foreigner, or you know,
They ought to do something like
Mick
that.
Jones
Yeah.
is Foreigner, or something to distinguish. You know, we're going to see a Sublime coming up, and they did that. You
Uh-huh.
know, Sublime with Rome. They
Right. Just
lost their main guy and they replaced him, and they've made that distinction where, you know, you're not seeing the original band.
yeah.
You know?
Well, Kansas last week, I believe. The night we saw our last concert, Kansas played here in one of the local towns, and jeez, I don't know. Wow, I saw the original, and
Yeah,
I think they have two original members, a guitarist and the drummer, I believe. But wow, you're basically a cover band. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, geez, get the let out. They'll be coming soon. Now they are a Zeppelin cover band, but that's cool because they do the songs exact to the record. So
And they're
okay,
not
yeah,
calling themselves Led Zeppelin.
yeah, but they're
You know?
still they do everything so well.
Well,
But
yeah, that's the cover band. That's what they're doing. What they're supposed to do. You know what you're getting.
but
But
all these bands, they're playing a lot of fairs and whatnot. Just a lot of them are more popular now and I'm undoubtedly making more
I
money. I
wouldn't say
bet
more popular, but making more
Journey's
money.
making
Yeah, for
more
sure.
money.
Yeah,
I mean, I think what is it? Def Leppard's out on tour. I'm sure they're making money hand over fist.
yeah,
This has got to be a great time for them. All those classic bands.
yeah.
So many
That's
of
why
them.
they're doing it. That's why so many of them are out there still doing it. You know.
And then you
And
got the power going out on what's his name, Sebastian Bach. That's just too damn bad. Sorry to hear it, Sebastian.
there's
But
two. I guess he's not calling himself Skid Row, but everybody knows his association. So I'm sure he's doing. He's got some solo stuff too, but nobody. You know, does anybody really care? You
no,
know, I think he's
nobody.
just he's doing the Skid Row stuff, and Skid Row is still out there in another version. There's plenty of that. And,
Well,
you know,
and a couple of these bands have got new music out. And you can almost hear the audience groan when they mention it up there. Yeah, we got a new album. Oh, Christ.
yeah,
No.
that's always been
I
the
just
case. As
want
soon
to
as they
hear the
say, yeah,
hits.
here's something from our new album. All right, bathroom time.
No,
Boom. Yeah,
I just want to hear the hits,
yeah.
man.
That's always been the case. Yeah,
Oh,
that's always been the case.
oh, that's okay, though. Like I say, I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to Friday. Gonna have a mid 90 day this week, but then we're gonna get into real comfortable territory. So gonna be a long night. 4 bands. They give I believe they give the first 2 a half an hour. Because I watched I think Static X. I watched their set, and it was like
Okay.
28 minutes. So they'll
Okay.
give the first 2 a half an hour, get them done, boom, bada bing. They'll be good to go. So that's cool. It'll be a good time. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's the Freaks on Parade tour. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing. Freaks on
Yeah.
Parade, man.
Is that what this tour is called?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
because they are freaks, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you just wait till you see this. The face paint, They've
Yeah.
got it. They've got the market cornered on face paint. It'll be great. It'll be a great time. Looking forward to it. Ah, well, what do you think, Doc? That's another show.
Yeah, just kind of a
In the
little bit of a
hamper.
chilled show, you know, kind of just keeping in touch with everybody out there. Again,
Yeah.
don't forget to
Subscribe.
subscribe, hit the like button,
Yes.
comment, all
Yeah,
that good stuff.
we should have a pretty extensive concert review next show. And of course I'll fire up a live remote on the RnRGzrs show Facebook page. So if you want, keep an eye on that because we'll be firing that up at some point.
Yeah, we post stuff on there, just little
yeah.
odds and ends we come across.
Having some fun. Should be a good crowd. I can't wait, man. This could be a good rowdy crowd, you know. Enough of the Chicago crowd. Now things start getting really crazy. So
we will probably be the oldest guys there, Mike. Probably.
Hey, I'm more just as long as some punk doesn't come up and ask me for a rolling paper, man. Hey, got a rolling paper, dude? No. I'm prepared beforehand, my friend. Oh, so that's it. Hey, Doc, man, it's been a good one. And
absolutely.
Fucking you have yourself a great one, and we'll be seeing you down the road, eh?
All right, we'll do it again next week. Have a great rock and roll filled week, everybody.